Don't go anywhere. I'm going to teach you how to make snakes that look like this. Hey, Matt here with Bobby G Pets. This is Helena hanging out with me. And the reason you're seeing Helena on me right now is because we are going to talk about ball pythons, the different colors they come in, and how to make some of your own custom styles. This is what a normal ball python looks like in the wild of Africa. If you were to walk through Africa and trip over one, this is what it would look like. This girl's a 12-year-old female, and she's the mother of 9. That's right, she laid 9 eggs all at once. So, the pastel ball python was one of the first color mutations found in the wild. You can see how bright this snake is compared to that first one it had, or say this little one right here. These are the normals. This is a pastel. The pastel has extremely bright colors, and this gets passed on to their babies. This animal is called a dominant. And so if it has babies, 50% of the babies should look like normal snakes, and 50% of the babies should be pastel, like this female. Let's move on. All right, now this one is called a spider. The reason it was named spider is because the pattern of the ball python, the normal one that you saw, which is all jigsaw pattern, it looks like a puzzle piece. This is lines all over the snake. And so they called it spider because it reminded the founder of spider's webs. So that's how it got the name spider. It's a dominant gene. So just like that pastel we saw, 50% of the babies will look like normal snakes. 50% of the babies will be spider. Just like this. Next, we're going to talk about how to make custom design snakes. They're called designer morphs. So what would happen if I took a spider ball python and I bred it to a pastel ball python? What would come out of this? Let's find out. We would create the bumblebee. This is a designer mutation. The pastel you saw was found in the wild at some point years and years ago, was reproduced in captivity until it became all over the ball python world. Same with the spider gene that you saw. But when you breed the two together, you make something that is not found in nature. It is 2 mutations in one. The bumblebee, the spider pastel ball python. One of my favorite snakes ever. Like ever. And there are hundreds of different kinds of snakes out there now with color mutations, all ball pythons. They're all ball python. No matter what it looks like, it's still a ball python. But they don't look like normal ball pythons, do they? But this is amazing. The bumblebee ball python. So Matt, what would happen if I took a pastel ball python and bred it to another pastel ball python? Well, the cool thing about pastel is that it is a incomplete gene. What that means is for males, they have an XY chromosome. Females have an XX chromosome. If you have pastel on one of those genes, you can be a pastel. But if you have a pastel on both of your genes, if both of your X's, females, have pastel, or both of your X's and Y's on a male have the pastel DNA on it, you can become a super pastel. Let's get the super out right now. This is a super pastel. It's extremely bright. It's bright yellow. The black on it's been reduced so much with blushing that it's turning purple. And super pastels have very pale heads. Look at this little girl right here. It's the super pastel. Gorgeous, amazing. She's amazing. Absolutely incredible. Once again, you're going to hear me say this a lot, but has to be up on my favorites list. You have an animal here that has the pastel DNA on both of its chromosomes. So this would be the X and the X. They both have it. So she's super bright. Not just bright, extremely bright. Let's put her next to another animal so you can understand this. So here it is. The normal ball python, a regular pastel, and a super pastel. You can really see it when they're all together. So now we've covered how to make normal ball python. Well, we've covered the normal ball python and what it looks like in the wild. We've covered pastel, which was one of the very first mutations ever found in the wild. I think it was the first mutation found in the wild. I'm not sure if it was that or albinoism, but they were both right there. And we have the super pastel. Pastel times pastel makes super pastel. But do not forget about the bumblebee. Ooh. There it is, folks. We're going to make more videos like this. I want you to understand ball pythons and what makes them so important. But just the color mutations alone are a huge part of it, yes. But their personalities are amazing. They're so calm. They're so peaceful. But we'll talk more about ball python personalities in a different video. But for right now, we're talking about colors. Thank you all very much for watching. Soon, when I come back, we will talk about pastels again with piebalds. This is a pastel piebald female, but that's for a different video. All right. Goodbye, everybody.
Hi guys, we have baby ball pythons by my snakes. Goodbye.